Everybody, it's Ryan back with another video. I'm excited to be recording this video for you because this video is actually months overdue. And so I want to share something with you that I believe has the power to give you a different outlook, to change some things that are happening with you, where I can actively and proactively be more engaged, speak some things in your life, and share some things that I am working on here behind the scenes. A few months ago, you might remember if you've been on this channel a while, we were promoting a product called Boss University. And this particular product, the goal of the particular product was designed to help people make up to 8 different income streams. And midways through doing the training of this particular product, it felt like God was shifting me in a certain direction and allowing me to see things in life a little bit differently than I was currently seeing them. And so I stopped allowing people to purchase the product because I wanted to be crystal clear on exactly what I was bringing people into. And this year, I believe I have found it. And so if you are a believer, you're watching this video right now, this might be probably a life-changing video for you in a sense. And I don't mean to be hyperbolic. I truly believe that the people that God is connecting me to and connecting me with, their lives are going to be drastically different from the revelation that we receive inside of what it is that we're doing. And so right now I'm getting ready to open up the doors to Boss University again. But I want to share with you what it is, in case you don't know what it is, why we're opening right now, and how that's going to save you a lot of money in the future if you decide to join us. So why now? So right now we're in the middle, or actually, what is Boss University? So let me take you back in my story real quick. Again, if you haven't heard the Boss University Genesis story, I want to bring it down to you right now. So back in 2020, I was working at a heating and cooling company here in Las Vegas. And while I was working there, God started putting people into my life, or allowing people to come into my life. And I built a really close relationship, or at least I thought I built a really close relationship with the CEO of this heating and cooling company. He ended up selling his company for like $40 million. And one of the things that happens when you sell your company is the company that buys it wants to make sure that there's a smooth transition from the old owners to the new owners, right? And so they basically stipulate in the term of the sales agreement that you need to, as the CEO, stay on board for several months, sometimes even up to several years, to consult as they transition this company. And so during this particular period, this period is called an earnout. For those of you guys who are not super technical to business sales lingo, but this period is called an earnout period. And while the owner of this company was in his earnout period, we started to build what I believe was a genuine bond. And we began to discuss, map out, plan how he could take his knowledge from building a successful heating and cooling company, but also how he could combine that with him actually building a physical school here in Las Vegas, and how we could together build an online school, an online university that was going to help people who are in the heating and cooling industry. And so we began to work on this project together. I began to share with him what I would do if I was in his position, because I thought we were partners. And again, I'm gonna make a long story short, but he took some of those ideas, pretty much all those ideas, and he went to separate ways, and I got $100 for my input, and that's all I received. And for a long time, I was kind of upset. I was frustrated that it felt like God allowed the rug to get pulled out again. That I was finally trying to, do something right. I was finally trying to make my wife proud, make the people around me proud. And the opportunity was taken away. Now, some time passed, and I went to work with another heating and cooling company. And I didn't last there that long either, because fundamentally, I believed the owner of that particular company liked the ideas that I was presenting to him. But fundamentally, I don't believe that he liked the person who was bringing the ideas. There were certain ideas that I shared with him that I believe would have helped the business that he never took action on because it came from me. But when other people of other races brought the same idea to him, he jumped at the opportunities. And anyway, while I was working there, doing to me what I thought was the right thing, I had offered to work here. And at some point, if I was doing 4 jobs but only getting paid for one, and it wasn't until it was December 17th, I had a 2020, I had a conversation with the owner of this company, and the conversation pretty much went like this. I was telling him about some of the grievances that I had, some of the frustrations that I had, and I asked him a simple question. The simple question that I asked him was, if you were me, would you take the amount of money that you're paying me to do the same job? And it looked like he pondered for a moment, because he didn't respond immediately. He was sitting there, like, probably trying to play out the scenario in his mind. And his answer that he came back to was no, that he would not. And I asked him, so what makes me different from you? And his response was, I'm not you. And it was almost like I could read what he was saying. That again, he had a different standard for himself. That certain things that he wouldn't accept because he thought he was better than me. And so I ended up quitting. I ended up quitting that job right there in that spot. It felt like God was like, I know God doesn't yell at us, but it felt like the loudest and most clearest go I ever heard in my life. And so I left. I didn't put a 2-week notice in. I didn't wait around for anything. I just left. I didn't know how I was going to support myself. But over the last 4 years, God has sustained me. It hasn't always been pretty, but God has sustained me. And God has always placed in my heart that if I ever figured out how to create income, sustain myself, make money, create businesses, that it would be something that I would teach on, to help his people prosper. But when I figured this out for myself, how to make large amounts of money on the internet, it was like I did the total opposite. I went away, I hid myself. I didn't want to teach anybody this because I felt the fear of that if I showed everybody what I was doing, then there would be no competitive advantage that I would have, right? People would just be copying me, and they would literally, I wouldn't have a business. And so after 2021, God started depositing the idea in my spirit to do a program called Boss University. And I was still trying to find my footing in Christ. I was still trying to find my way back to the Lord. I was still trying to find these things, but the idea was there. And so last year, I launched out to begin building the building blocks of what is Boston University. It's the premier online university that allows people to boss up in their life, to change their life situation with the fundamentals that are taught in the Word of God, using real world strategies to create up to 8 income streams for themselves so they can finance the end time harvest, so they can take care of their families, so they can do the things that they want to do, so they can be a boss of their life, so they don't have to be subjected to what other people decide for them. And so that's the mission of Boston University. But at some point during this particular time, I knew that God wanted me to start it, but it felt like the grace of doing this thing was cooling down. And I think it was because there was more to the story that I needed. And so the last couple months, I've not let anybody into Boston University. I haven't talked about Boston University. I haven't said anything about it because I needed the whole map. I needed the whole entire landscape of where God was taking us to. And now I know what that is. Pretty much one of the things that we're going to be focusing on in Boston University is I'm going to be documenting what God is doing in my particular life. One of the things that I'm going to be showing people specifically is how to make up to 8 income streams per month so that you can do all the things that you want to do according to Ecclesiastes 11:2. But also primarily, one of the biggest things that we're going to focus on this year is I'm going to be showing people step by step how I am building out currently from scratch, from idea to tangible assets, how I am going to make $100,000 per month by the end of this year. Okay, so if you are interested in joining the Boston University, by the time we close the Boston University, the price of it was $397 or $497. So what we're doing right now, this weekend specifically, is a couple different things are happening. One of the things that I'm doing for the members that they don't know about yet is I'm privately shooting a case study to show them how it's possible to make $1,000 in a weekend. And so what I want to do so I can give them the best experience, but also give you the best experience as you consider joining us today, is I'm going to reduce the price. I have a special discount for the price of the program that's only going to be available through Tuesday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so if you are somebody who knows that you want to be able to make more money, to be in a position to do more things in your life, then I would consider joining us here at Boston University. We meet every single Tuesday night on Zoom, and I'm literally walking people through from concept to inception to tangible products, the things that God is allowing me to do right now to rebuild my life. And I'm going to take that to $100,000 per month income in real time, showing you exactly step by step exactly what I'm doing. This is the only place that you can get this information. It's the only place that you can see step by step somebody, in real time as they're building, as God is changing their lives, as God is elevating them, do something like this. And so if you are considering joining Boston University, again, this weekend, you can get the best discount ever. You can get Boston University for the original price that we advertised it for, which is $150 this weekend and this weekend alone. Again, after Tuesday at 12 p.m., the price is going to go back up to $497 for new members. And so you can save over $300 by joining us this weekend. You'll be there for our Tuesday workshop. We go live Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every single Tuesday. And those calls are recorded in case you can't meet us live. And they are hosted on Gumroad right now. And so if you're a former member of Boston University, if you stop coming to the live recordings, reach out to me. I want to give you access to what it is that we're doing, some of the changes that we've made, in the program. But if you are a person who is fresh, you are absolutely new, and you want to get access to Boss University, you want to see in real time how God changes somebody's life, how God allows somebody's life to boss up, to go from less to more than, and build $100,000 per month income in less than 12 months, then I want to see you in the training. Again, this weekend only, it's going to be at the lowered price. And so this is the one time that you can get it. Allow your life to change. I believe this is going to be a blessing to your life. If only one thing that you take away from the training makes you an extra $150, $200, $300, $500, $1,000, I truly believe that it'll be worth it for you to make this investment in yourself and to join us here inside of our community. Because again, not only do we teach strategies on how to actually make money in real life scenarios, but also every single week the Lord shows up, the Lord shows out, the Lord gives us a word, the Lord allows me to encourage his people through these trainings. And so if you want someone to maybe even just to encourage you every single week, someone to pray for you, someone to be there for you in those times of need, then Boss University is the place to be, and there's only one place to get it. And that's going to be a link in the description and in the pinned comment to get it at the lowest price possible for this year. And so with that being said, God bless you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.